Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli with Little Blue yet again, and yes, we are in fact reviewing. You read the title, and of course we can't forget about couldn't review this. You know what I mean. We are of course reviewing. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
We are of course reviewing National Lampoon's. I almost forgot to say that. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
What he's trying to say is you can't review Christmas movies without including Christmas Vacation.
Close, yeah. Close.
Okay, all right. I get it.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah, they get it. But what do we have to say about Christmas Vacation?
I saw it at the movie theater, and I saw it when it first came out, and I was absolutely in tears. There's parts of that movie, probably the part that made me laugh the hardest.
Yes.
Was when they go sleigh riding, and and they take the sled, like the it's like the disc, and he's putting this stuff on it, and it's like it's an additive for cereal that he's a chemist. That's what he does. He's a food chemist. He creates food preservatives.
We're talking about Clark, right?
Clark Griswold. His job is, he works for a company. He's a scientist. He creates food additives and preservatives for food products.
Right.
And one of the products that he's working on is a glaze for cereal to keep it crisper and milk longer. So he's got this stuff, and he's rubbing it on the bottom of this sleigh, which is going to make it slick beyond belief. You just don't realize how slick until he gets on the sled.
And he says, later, dudes.
Later, dudes. And when he takes off... It is like the Starship Enterprise breaking into fast warp.
A tip, even just when he's barely about to go to pull it or something,
But really, the line...
It's true. And yet when he crashed, because him, going through and, because even making his way up to, I think it's Walmart and, letters to Santa or whatever, and yet... Eddie's just, bingo.
Yeah, that line was like, okay, that doesn't make sense, but okay, that's Eddie.
I find it, to me, it's funny, so,
The two funniest scenes in that movie. Are you ready? To me, the two funniest scenes.
Maybe he meant because Clark nailed, probably had the best, ski sleigh ride or whatever.
No, my favorite,
I'm sure that's what Eddie meant.
The two funniest lines of that movie to me are Eddie, Randy Quaid. Are
from Eddie.
Absolutely. The first one is right before he gets on the sled. He's like, I don't know, Clark. I don't know if I ought to do it or not. He says, "See, I got this plate in my head, and it used to be metal, and it was government metal. And every time they fire up the microwave, I'd piss my pants and forget my name for about 15 minutes." That line put me on the floor. I was incapacitated for 15 minutes. I was laughing so hard.
In the theater?
Yeah, in the theater. He says, so now they swapped it out in this plastic. He says, he says, I can't get on the sled because if I dent it, I could mess up my part.
I'm trying to remember that whole line.
The other one is, of course, Merry Christmas!
Yep. It's full.
Sure, it's full. Sorry, I had to say
no,
it.
It's no.
I mean, it's hilarious because it's he's just like a redneck idiot. He doesn't know any better.
I also love that because it's a tuba version of
Rudolph. And exactly. The neighbor comes out. The next door neighbors.
The neighbors in this movie
are what you would have called back then yuppies, young, upwardly mobile couple. They're both professionals and they're both hoity-toity and they're just
the wife played by Jennifer, I forget her name, but
she played Elaine in Seinfeld.
Yes, and she even voiced Princess Ada in A Bug's Life, and also was in Onward.
So
as the mom.
Right. So anyway, the neighbor comes out. He's going for a jog. And he's dressed, and he's wearing sunglasses. Who wears sunglasses and goes jogging? I guess in California they do. But he's...
Even when it's snowing.
Yeah, well, this is Chicago, so why is he wearing sunglasses? So he comes out, and he's like ready to jog. He's got his jogging gear on, and he's doing this, and he's just like... sniffing. And, and he sees...
It just stands there.
Merry Christmas! Shooter was full!
And he runs back in. He goes back in.
Yeah, he runs back in. And there's parts of that movie that's you know, what's the aunt's name?
The aunt?
Yeah, the aunt. Aunt Bethany.
Aunt Bethany.
Aunt Bethany comes in and she says, and they say something to her, says, "Oh dear, did I break wind again?" Oh my God, that line. I mean, there were so many and then when they said, you know, Aunt Bethany, would you turn thanks? And she bows her head and goes,
"Oh yeah,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States."
I also love that. I also love that one part when they arrive at the Griswold house and, like, you know, is your house on fire, Clark? No, those are Christmas lights. And, is Rusty still in the Navy?
Yeah,
and
she had that thick Brooklyn accent.
And Aunt, what's her name again?
Aunt Bethany.
It's the same actress who voiced Betty Boop.
Yeah, oh yeah, she did.
And the uncle, what's his name with the cigar? He would later on be the voice of Dr. Finkelstein in The Nightmare Before Christmas, and would be in Mouse Hunt.
Yeah.
So
the scene where the tree just explodes into flames.
Yeah.
When he's standing there.
I want you to say grace.
Yeah.
The blessing. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But I just had to mention that. But the tree, you said?
The tree, when he's standing there and he lights up his cigar, he says, "Hey Clark, will you bring my stogies?" You know, and he gets his stogies, and you know, stogies is another name for cigar. You know, he lights up the cigar, and the tree just. I mean, it literally, you just see this.
Look what you done to my tree!
Look what you've done to my tree!
I love that face of Clark comes out and speaks.
It's absolutely hilarious.
Like, then he gets another tree, you know?
Yeah, he cuts a tree down.
He kind of goes berserk and cuts the tree down.
Yeah, he went a lot berserk.
Yeah, that and the squirrel scene.
Oh, the squirrel scene. That's classic. Absolutely.
They're afraid over a little squirrel. Give me a break. But like the aunt and uncle, they're on the chairs and such. They don't care, so you know.
No, they don't care.
She's knitting and he's sleeping, so you know,
yeah.
Clark's mother passes out, you know.
Over a squirrel.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy, you tell your city folk.
Yeah, exactly.
But another scene is when he's trapped in the attic. Clark is going up in the attic to hide Christmas presents, and he pulls a present out, and it's Mother's Day from like 5 years before that, and he'd forgotten it was up there. So
I don't remember that one actually.
But he gets out the old films, you know, and he's watching the films, and it gets to, and I don't know the song. It's a great Christmas song.
Yeah,
that's playing. And he's sitting there and he's watching, he's reminiscing, he's got tears, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of touching.
It is touching. He's watching his childhood when he was a boy growing up at Christmas time and everything. And just seeing these old movies, these old home movies.
Oh yeah.
And he's sitting right on the attic ladder. That if anybody that has one of these, we've got a couple of them in the house.
Yeah.
And you put the thing up and you pull it down and the ladder unfolds. Well, that's what he's in. Oh. He's on that. And he's sitting right on it. And it's supposed that they don't lock. But this was a movie, so it had to lock to make it funny. Yeah. So it's locked. So all of a sudden, his wife comes back. She pulls the thing down and just everything. He just comes right out of the attic, and you know
that must have hurt.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. But there's slapstick in this movie.
Oh yeah.
There's so much slapstick in this movie. It's him putting up the decorations. And,
that whole the music that plays.
Like... I was hanging Christmas lights on a house a couple weeks ago, and I'll go ahead and say it was my girlfriend's mom's house, and we're hanging Christmas lights.
My impression.
I'm hanging Christmas lights, and all I could think about while I'm doing that was the scene where Clark Griswold is stapling the lights to the roof, and he gets his shirt sleeve caught.
Right.
And and he finally rips it, and he's like doing this, trying. and he rips his sleeve off, and the ladder falls back with him. He hits the tree, pushes it back, and you think he's okay, and he ends up just falling into this.
Exactly.
And it's hilarious.
Yes, exactly.
There's a lot of great scenes in that movie.
I also that one part where it's like Clark and his wife like back and forth, like they turn on the lights, you know.
Yeah.
And even the next door neighbors, like the brightness gets to them, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love that, and that one part where Clark calls everybody out, but then the lights go out. He's just, you know, and he like goes berserk. He kicks the decoration outside, and actually, because when he hit the Santa, I'm pretty sure whatever it was, Chevy Chase actually I think did break his toe or something.
Yeah,
You remember that?
I remember that.
That.
There was a scene where he's plugging the lights in, where he's just had it, and he's literally doing
Yeah, there you go.
Roscoe P. Coltrane on the old
Right.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Mm-hmm.
He was Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane. He played in an episode of the Andy Griffith Show in season 1, the guitar player, and then he came back and did another episode where he was the guitar player. Couldn't play guitar, but they got him to play the part. He was good for the part, but he couldn't play guitar. They'd always do the close-ups with somebody else's hand doing the guitar work, and then they'd show him, you know, when he get to the end of it, and I guess they'd show him how to strum it, and sometimes it looked like he was not even on the right chord to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
But his voice in Dukes of Hazzard, and I never really watched Dukes of Hazzard. I just remember he'd go, he'd make that noise. And that's exactly the noise the sound that Clark makes when he's plugging. He's going, and I thought, oh my God, he's doing
I guess a nod.
Yeah, Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane from Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. But it's really Clark's wife that turns on the switch, you know?
Yeah, it is.
At the same time.
It is. And it's one of the house just doesn't explode into flames from all over the, you know, the, oh God, overloads on
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you see the power company. The nuclear,
yeah.
You know,
exactly.
He blacked out the whole city and they had to, you know, do backup power.
Yes. The funny thing is, like, the scene where Eddie first arrives, you know, actually, because when they were filming that, there was an earthquake that occurred during that when they were filming.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I read that. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
there was.
It was during when they filmed that when Eddie first arrives.
The scene where they are in the house and Eddie is standing there with Clark and they are drinking eggnog and he is wearing.
There was something else that
he is wearing a dickie under his shirt. Now dickies are false turtlenecks. You don't see them anymore.
Yeah, he's got the turtleneck right up to his neck.
To his
whole neck.
He's wearing a white shirt with like a navy or black turtleneck, I think, underneath it. And you can see that it's a dickie because dickies only go over you this much and they're to keep you from getting so hot.
And I think almost up to your neck.
Yeah, and a turtleneck is what you wear, it's up to your neck. So they used to sell these things back in the 70s called dickies.
Right.
And I had a couple when I was a kid and I never wore them. Mom got them for me thinking it'd be more comfortable to wear. And I tried it on one time and I said, no, this is stupid. I'm not wearing it. But they're called dickies. I remember that. And they're like a fake shirt, a fake turtleneck. And you put them on over your head and they drape over the back and the front, right? And almost like an apron over your shoulders. And then you wear a shirt over that.
Right.
Now, the problem is that any kind of a shirt like this, it would show the outline and you could tell that you had something on underneath it. In his case, he had a shirt on similar to this and it was white and he had the navy blue with the black dickie on. You could see the outline. I absolutely lost it because that took me back to my childhood when your Nana, my mom, got the bright idea of trying to put a dickie on me, which didn't work at all.
No, it didn't work. But another thing that popped in my head because I laughed at one point, the cat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love cats, but I'm telling you, that scene is hilarious.
Well, it's okay not to mention this because, like, the cat being wrapped up in the present, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Shaking it around, you know?
And then after the cat bites it, literally, the power cord, and then gets fried.
Well, it's like he kind of like he does bite and such, but like a bit of it's flickering, you know. And Clark I think he pulled the cord or something, and then Clark goes in. Tries to find such. When he flicks it back in, he's under the chair.
And he's gone.
The way the cat talks. It's funny.
You see it, he's like spread out.
Yes.
You know, and they carry the chair out. And he goes,
well, Eddie, like, that thing sure had 9 lives. And
he wasted 9 lives. He spent them all.
Woo!
Takes him out, carries the chair out because the chair obviously stinks to high heaven from. That chair's ruined. Clark's going, you smell that? And he goes, that's just fried pussy cat. And laughs and kind of bumps him on the arm. He says, no, it's sewer.
Yep.
From Eddie's little sewer dump in there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That was a great movie.
But also, like, in the film, one of the Murray brothers.
Yes, one of the Murray brothers. He was the
He was good in that in the film
he was
as Clark's boss.
yes, he was awesome in that. He
Oh,
played
yeah.
that part.
What's his name again? Is it Brian Murray or is it somebody? Not maybe not.
I can't remember.
Now
I know
I'm gonna look.
There's three brothers I know
Well,
that have
yeah,
all
they're-
been actors.
Well, I think there's more than just three. I think.
His youngest brother played in Scrooge with Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray because he was the
Played his
Scrooge.
brother, and the oldest brother he's been in a lot of different things. I saw him saw him in a Hallmark movie not too long ago.
Yeah, because I've got okay, I was right. Brian Doyle Murray.
Yeah, Brian Doyle Murray. What was his character's name?
It was Mr.
Shirley.
Mr.
Shirley.
Frank Shirley.
Mr. Frank Shirley. Oh my gosh, Mr. Frank Shirley. Give me somebody, anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And while I'm waiting for them, give me somebody else.
Yes.
He was that kind of boss.
Yeah, he's even done a lot of voice work.
Yes.
I recognize him because people would know him best for his voice work as the Flying Dutchman in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Captain Knuckles and Flapjack, and yeah, he's not only acted on screen but done a lot of voice work as well.
Yeah.
And I guess I said probably best known as the Flying Dutchman in SpongeBob. So, but yeah, again, he was good in this.
He was very good at it.
And where Eddie captures him, that was funny. And
Very
that
funny.
outburst that Clark gives,
Mm-hmm.
at the very end, because where's the Tylenol,
That's
You need-
that is a classic. There is actually a T-shirt I saw not too long ago that actually has every line of that rant on it, going right down the side of the shirt, and the picture of Clark, going crazy in it. It's hilarious.
No, I remember seeing one. I remember getting this actually on the first vlog I ever did. I remember seeing this at one of our stores, at one of our malls. There was a shirt that said happiest Christmas,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I remember seeing that. I don't remember. I don't think I've seen the one that you mentioned,
Yeah.
but I've seen the one as I mentioned where it goes like, we're gonna have the happiest Christmas.
Yeah, since Danny came, he says a few other words.
The F-bombs I think was only said one time in the film.
and it was in that line right there.
Yeah, after he says the happiest Christmas,
Yeah, since Danny F and K tap danced his way, whatever he says, but he just loses it. He just totally loses it.
Yeah. He also knows because when he has the chainsaw like up top of the stairs, he cuts off something or whatever.
Yeah, the loop post.
It's a nod to It's a Wonderful Life because the dad kind of accidentally breaks it off.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good nod to that too.
Yeah, even like a Wonderful Life, like footage of that is shown. The famous scene, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. That scene like is an iconic scene there, and like I've seen it played in a couple other movies or whatever,
Right.
Also, because like Clark flirting with the employee,
Oh my gosh, yes.
that was funny.
Yeah, that was so funny. I'll leave out the dialogue on that because that was a very funny scene. Great movie, great movie.
And him daydreaming the pool and such, that too was funny as well.
Yeah, that was very funny.
That and there was something else like even at the end where the police come in because of Mr. Frank's capturing.
Yes.
And at the very end, like everything's okay and so. Yeah, because I forgot to mention, like you look at say for example, because Ellen, because how it is because like you see because Eddie's wife is actually protecting him, like he's right in front of Eddie, like she's like a shield to him,
Yeah.
And you even see Ellen because actually she grabs Clark's balls and such. Which, did you notice that?
Yes, I saw it. That's how she was frozen when they said freeze. She was like,
Yeah,
her
exactly.
hand was there. Who knows why? But it was just how her hand was positioned
Yeah.
when they came busting in.
Now, is it me or like did the police even point their guns at like say Eddie's kids or something?
I don't know. I can't remember. But everybody just froze. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, because even the police they freeze and like not you them.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And at the very end, because everything's okay, and they go out and like the sky and such, and and what's the uncle, because that ain't the freaking Christmas star,
Yeah, that's the light on the sewage plant,
Yeah,
sewage
that-
treatment plant.
I
And
knew
goes, sewer gas. Don't light that. And
blows up. He goes flying.
And Santa Claus goes. The Santa sleigh goes.
The outside decoration of Santa.
spinning through the air, man, like it's out of control. Oh, it was hilarious.
And then
Absolutely loved it.
they start singing,
Yep, yep.
Eddie's losing, play ball, you know.
Yeah.
I just love at the very end, at the last line that Clark gives, he says, "I did it."
Yeah.
And you know what? He did. Look how at the end of the movie and how celebrating Christmas turned out for them.
Yeah. Turned out great.
Yeah. So, any last words on Christmas Vacation? Like, because it's a great film, and yeah. So.
One of my top. It's in my top 5. Probably my top 3.
You remember that? Hey, Johnny Galecki, he's in it as well. He's Rusty.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that. But Christmas Vacation is a great movie. If you've never seen it, watch it. Watch the unedited version. It's the funniest version. Okay.
The unedited version.
The unedited version where they don't take out all the curse words.
Oh,
I'm not trying. I'm not a proponent of curse words.
I don't remember
necessarily.
that one.
But what I'm saying is, it makes it funnier because it puts everything into context. It really does.
Yes, it does. Not to mention, because there was a sequel to that. This time centering around Eddie.
Yes. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that kind of didn't do so well.
No, not at all.
But that, and okay, not to mention the rest of the franchise of the National Lampoon Vacation films.
Right. That Christmas Vacation and Vacation, the original National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
Those two did the best.
Now, is it me to like Christmas Vacation is the third of the vacation films, while the second before Christmas Vacation it was Europe Vacation, I want to say.
European Vacation.
European review.
I saw that. It was okay. It was not as good as the others.
Was that the second one before Christmas Vacation?
That came out, yes, it came out the second, and then Christmas Vacation came out third. Yes, I remember that. Because I remember going and seeing both European Vacation and Christmas Vacation at the theater. Now, wait a minute. European Vacation may have come out a year or right after Christmas
Yes, it
Vacation.
did. Yes, because I'm looking at it right now. It came out in 1985.
Okay, European Vacation did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember going to the theater to see that. Didn't see the original Vacation.
I've not seen any of the others. But we
uh,
should definitely give those a watch sometime, and we can review them.
Yeah.
But you said the first one, Vacation, that's all it's titled, and Christmas Vacation, you say are the two best ones?
Yes.
Yeah, after Christmas Vacation, there was another one like Las Vegas Vacation or something.
Never saw it. I've seen excerpts of it. I've never seen the whole movie. It just didn't look interesting to me. It was just kind of like they were just.
Yeah.
It's like they were just kind of. It was diluted, you know.
Yeah, like Vegas Vacation. Either it's Vegas Vacation, whatever. I know Vegas is in there somewhere in the title.
Exactly.
It's like, really, they go to Vegas now, so. Yeah. But obviously we give this 2 thumbs up and 10 out of 10. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes, Christmas Vacation. It's the best. It's right there with all the other best Christmas films, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you guys let us know what you think of Christmas Vacation. And again, we enjoy it. And again, we give this 2 thumbs up and 10 out of 10. So, any last words?
Merry Christmas.
Yep, Little Blue says Merry Christmas for me. We hope you enjoyed our review of Christmas Vacation. More reviews coming your way. Keep looking forward. They're going to be awesome. And more continuing on with the Christmas movie review. And we'll see you guys in the next video/review video. Take care. Peace out and Merry Christmas.